Hey everyone, it's Cindy and I am back from a big long break. If you're new to my channel, you don't know that I moved in June. And if you're not new to my channel, you kind of know my story up to that point. Moved in June, unpacking July and August, and then things went crazy after that. So as I work on this project, I might tell you a little bit of it. I will say this, I have made probably 20 videos kind of explaining what all has gone on and everything, and I have uploaded none of them because it's not an easy story to tell. Okay, so, but what am I doing today? Hopefully I can get this done on this camera, on this video. My aunt died. That's one of the things that's hard to talk about. You know, she'd been sick for 9 years. She had breast cancer and colon cancer at the same time. Colon cancer was taken care of right away. Breast cancer, as you know, is not easy to get rid of. So anyway, she's been fighting it. Well, she lost her battle in November. So anyway, my mother, my sister, and I have been going through our house and trying to get it ready to sell the house. And I was going through the drawer that had all of her greeting cards in there. So I thought, you know, I can't throw a greeting card away. So these are just the Christmas ones. And also these little, I call them Christmas seals. Remember when we used to get those in the mail? I don't know if they still do those or not. Yeah, it says Christmas seals. So anyway, those are cool. But I don't need those today. Backing away from that for a minute, let me tell you about this. I got this years ago, and I started keeping my Christmas list in it. It's like a Christmas planner. And I'm just going to say up front, I'm terrible at remembering things. Once I wrap a present, I can't remember what it is. So I keep detailed accounts of who I buy something for, whether it's been wrapped or not. And I filled this book up a long time ago, and I made different... made some extra pages to go in there here and there. And anyway, so I'm finally going to retire this one. And I am going to make something similar out of the postcard. Well, one of these greeting cards. And I thought, you know, every year I will just make a different one. Isn't that one pretty? Little booklet. And that will be my Christmas checklist, or whatever you want to call it, my gift list. A little booklet for each year. So I know which card I'm going to start with. It's this one, which is the Bluebirds, and I love this card. I have a thing about bluebirds. If anyone, you know, everybody has a little animal that's their animal. Mine is definitely bluebirds. Anyway, I like this card, and I am the one that gave it to my aunt years ago. There's my name, Cindy Gately. That was my maiden name, so that's how long ago it was. But I thought this is going to be 2023's Christmas gift checklist or whatever. So I pulled some papers for it. It's just gonna be like a mini journal, right? So let me just start folding these, and then I'll trim them if I can find my trimmer. I don't need many pages. I have a small family. This I didn't cut very well, but or tear very well, but it doesn't matter. This is already on a fold. So yeah, I can't open it. Yeah, so I'll trim that. Small family on my mother's side. It consists of my mother, my dad, my brother, my sister, my 2 nieces, my daughter, was my aunt, and I did have a sister-in-law, my brother's wife. She died in October. So we dealt with 2 deaths in my family. I think it was October. Oh shoot. It gets all messed up in my brain. It could have been September. I'm not sure, because at the time I was, you know, moving to a new place, getting set up with new doctors and all that, and getting ready to have knee replacement surgery. And had to have a CT scan so they can see where the bones were and all that. And this is a recipe thing. I want to throw it in, but I doubt I cover it up. I just threw it in as a page to look at. CT scan on my knee to see where the robot tells them where to place the blades, I guess, whatever. And okay, that's all I got. So anyway, when they did the CT scan, they did the knee and the hip, and they caught my ovary in the picture near the hip and said, hey, there's a big old cyst on that. Well, I knew that was there. Had it checked out a few years before, but you know, they recommended getting checked out again. So even though I was pretty sure it wasn't anything, it still was something that I had to take care of. And also just something to worry about. I'm going to go ahead and make this way because it's just be easier for me to writing, and then instead of writing like this, So it's going to be sideways, but it didn't have to be, you know, that's just the cover's going to be sideways. So I'm going to measure the pages. Oh, anyway, that turned out to be fine, but it was still an appointment I had to make and had to worry about it and all that. I'm going to do 5.5 by, let's see, if we do 5.5 by 7.25. 5.5 by 7.25. Okay, so I think I already got this one pretty close to that. I kind of have to watch on this. I usually use my guillotine for this, but it's in a place that's not easy accessed. I got to redo that. I don't think I got that straight. Sure didn't. Anyway, that turned out okay. But then, of course, I had not had my mammogram yet because the place I had it done last year, I refused to go back. So, man, oh man, was that crooked. Talking too much, I can't measure. Okay, there we go. All right, I said 5.5 by 7.25. Okay, so anyway, I thought, well, that will come out just fine, just like it always does. Oh, no, no. 2 problems, one on each side, just so we can equal things out, of course. So I'm dealing with all that. And then, of course, my sister-in-law dies. And it's just been a lot. And then, of course, I had the knee surgery. That one's pretty much the same, the right size. I just maybe cleaned it up a little bit. And the knee surgery, I told my sister, and she agreed because it was happening to her too. It completely changed my life. There for about a month and a half. My life was not anything like it had ever been before. And same way with her because she was staying with me. And she probably could have left sooner if that's 5.25, 5.5. But I don't know, I don't know. I needed a driver, so she just stayed here for about a month. So I'm sure she was glad to get home. So anyway, all my tests turned out okay. Mammograms and extra mammograms and all that. It was just stuff that I didn't need to worry about on top of my sister-in-law dying. And the really bad thing about that, other than the fact that my sister-in-law died, was the fact that I knew what my brother was going through. Because, you know, I had just gone through it last year, 2022. So anyway, and then of course my poor mother, she said it's like losing a child. Of course it would be. It's your daughter-in-law, so oops. And then turn around and my aunt had to be air flighted. That's fine. From her house, I'm going to trim kind of equal off this top. It's not straight. From her home to Tulsa, which is about an hour and 15 minutes from her home. And then my mother, I think my mother said she was in the hospital 15 days. Well, see, my mother was there with her most of the time. My sister had to drive her because I was having to do all this prep work for surgery and I couldn't be in a hospital. You know, it was just a mess. So anyway, but the good news is my niece had a baby during this. Actually, the baby was born during my aunt's funeral. So, you know what? There's a message there. So anyway, we had that little happiness going. So anyway, I've been dealing with all these things. Plus, you know, my daughter's close to my daughter. And we can go and do more stuff and go to dinner. And same way with my sister. Hey, what are you doing? Eating lunch? No, you want to go meet somewhere? Okay. So I'm gone a lot. That's basically what I'm saying. I'm never here, so I can't get anything done. So, and I've decided that's just A-okay. I do junk journals because I love them. They were meant for me. That's just Slave Girls. Song of the Slave Girls. Maybe I'll cut that off. Don't want Song of the Slave Girls. There. Too depressing. Oh, my desk here. Oh, I hate my arrangement. I'm going to tear it all out and redo it, but I wanted to get these made first because I need to wrap presents, and I can't wrap presents until I have a way of keeping track of what I've wrapped. I know that's got to be fine. Yes. Oh, this glass mat. Oh, sorry about that. Anyway, so that's a sad story of my life. I was talking to my mother last night because I had this knee replacement, right? Total knee replacement. And it wasn't my worst knee, but it was the knee that I had the least flexibility, meaning I could barely bend my knee. Okay. Well, you can barely bend your knee before surgery. You're not going to be able to bend it too well after surgery, and you only have like a little time frame to get this full flexibility in it, or scar tissue builds up. And if you don't get it, then I don't know what they call it, but they go in and put you anesthesia. And maybe I'll start with the Fruit Salad Delight as my front page. And then they bend it manually. I mean, like, bend it. And the physical therapist told me yesterday, she said, yeah, and after that, you have to do physical therapy every day for 2 weeks so it doesn't go back. And she said, it's not pain-free. And I'm like, none of this has been so far, but anyway, I was talking to my mother about this, and I said, if I have to do it, I have to do it. At least nobody's dead. And she said, you're right. I was going to turn that the other way. Oh, well, because the lines are going wrong, but I can either turn it around or I can just write sideways. I may have to trim some of these. I don't know. I'm just doing this. I'm not paying any attention to really the pages. They're mainly... I needed to write on them, so I mainly used neutral pages. Okay, here's my cover. So anyway, I might have to do that in January. Oh, yay, it fit. Yay, okay. I don't know, so I'll deal with it if I have to, and that's just my philosophy. Is it going to hurt? Probably, yes. Have I dealt with the pain so far? Yes, I can do it. So let me get these ready first. And something else. Oh, you know what? I just found it. Oh my gosh. I was just going to say, my binding kit's missing. Oh, I just found it. Okay, so I had to scrounge around for another needle, but that still looks like a good needle. And it's kind of in two different places. My clips and my threads were in one place, but my needles and my pokey tool were in another. And I just saw it there. So maybe I'll get it all in the same place. Problem with my craft room is it's also a guest bedroom, and when I have people over, which isn't too often, it's just be my stepson and his wife and my 2 grandkids. I have to set up beds in here, so that means I have to shove everything around, so you know what that's like. So anyway, I can't find anything after that. So anyway, okay, enough all that. See, that's why I can't get these videos uploaded, because it's just nothing happy about it. So let's talk Christmas. First Christmas in this house, and so far I've discovered I have a box of presents missing that I had purchased before I moved. Have no clue where they're at. I hope they didn't get thrown away, because that would have been quite a bit of money. But if they did, once again, no one's dead, so I can live with it. I had this silver and this gold, but I'm thinking I'll just stick with the white because there's a lot of white here. Okay, and I'm just going to eyeball it. And, I mean, I'm not doing anything rocket science here. I'm just trying to get this ready so I can go wrap some presents and keep track of who I bought for already. I almost bought for my niece twice, and something stopped me and said, hey, go check your orders. Sure enough, I'd already ordered for her. Oh, I just did that 3. I usually do 5. I think 3 will be fine on this. We'll see. We shall see. What I will do with this is just pack it with my Christmas stuff like I do this other one, the notebook I showed you earlier. And if there's room in the back of this, I doubt there will be though, because I didn't put many pages in. Then I would use it again next year, but if not, I will make another one. And it's just a way of kind of keeping my aunt's memory alive. Have her Christmas cards be my Christmas booklets. So I usually don't bind on camera because I'm so bad at it, but I usually do the 5-hole pamphlet stitch, but 3 is easy. I can get that done. And if you split the threads here at the end, it's no big deal because there's a way to get it undone without having to redo a bunch of stuff. And okay, put the needle in here. One thing that we discovered, Christmas lights wise, my house doesn't have. Whenever I bought it, I had a termite guy come out and inspect it, and he said, you don't have any wood on the outside of your house except for like by the domers. I've got those shutters. He said those, and they're really not shutters. They're just, I guess they are kind of barn. I have a barn-shaped roof, so it's kind of a barn-shaped shutter. I'm just going to cut this off. I'm not worrying about charms or anything like that. Oh yeah, I got that pretty perfect, didn't I? He said, you have those little shutters, which aren't part of the structure of the building, and then you have 2 wooden posts on the back porch, kind of holding the back porch up, you know, the roof. And so when it comes to hanging Christmas lights or putting nails up, I thought, you know, it's not wood, it's concrete board, and I don't want to risk the integrity of that. So we discovered when I was putting some Edison bulbs, a string of those around my patio, and then also I had 2 strings of snowflakes. They're about this big. There's about 10 lights on the strand, and they do all sorts of different light motions. I had them at school years ago. I put them on my front porch. These worked great putting those lights up because that little concrete board comes down a little bit, and it's about, I don't know, not a ½ inch thick, between 1/4 and probably 3/8. No, I don't know, between 1/4 and 1/2, whatever that would be. And this, you can open these up, and these are the small ones. We use the big ones, and I have no big ones left in my house. And then you could put the cord for the lights and then clip that up on the concrete board on the top of my porches. Work perfect for hanging the lights. So anyway, you don't need to know all that. Okay, here's my thing. And you know, I will start out, I'll just leave this here. Oh, I did want pockets, and I didn't get anything for pockets. But I did notice she had a small, here's all my scraps. Did she have a small card on the top that might make a tuck? I think that was from me too. Nope, it's from my mother. See, I've seen most of these because whatever, you know, people send her, they send me. Look, it's got bluebirds on there. Bluebirds. Who's this from? It's from me. Again. Yep. I'm going to trim that a little bit and make that a pocket because I always keep receipts and stuff. So actually I'll put it here, and then I'll put another pocket in the back. It doesn't have to be, I don't know what I'm saying. It doesn't have to be something. So I need about how much off? About the same width as my concrete board. Not quite 1/2 and not quite 1/4. And I also need to take that backing off. Don't need that. Okay. And if you guys watched that video that Carrie the Crafter did, he was going through all of his cards, and he was saving these to collage on. So, not sure I'll do that, but I might. And there, I'm just going to glue that on as a pocket. And we got bluebirds. And then if I need another one, I'll do it here in the back. Glue. Yes, right here. Let's see if some comes out. I'm almost empty on this one. Another one might have more. I bought a new bottle of art glitter glue and totally destroyed it trying to get that metal tip on there. So I bought another bottle, and now I don't know where either one are at. It's terrible. I may have to buy a third one to get it done right. But I just use these little bottles to put the glue in when I mess up. Okay, get it straight over there. Okay, that works. Okay, now I can get started on Christmas wrap. My pen is rusted. I gotta go get the stainless steel kind. I can't ever remember. You know, when I go into a store, I just go blank if I don't have it on a list. Still crooked, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so here's my little Christmas gift list. I will start on first page, and I will put a name, if I can find a pen to write with. Maybe this will work. I always start with my daughter, AMY. And, you know, I might write 2023 on here. Maybe I write it on that. No. Don't ever assume you know the year. I know people date stuff with the month and the day sometimes. Don't put the year. Put your year. Okay, so then I'll just list the gifts I give her. I'll put a little check mark when I get it wrapped. Well, actually, I put like a check mark when I get it in, if I've ordered it, and then I put a slash through it when I get it wrapped. So that way I can keep wrapped with things. So anyway, I probably have enough here to do maybe 2 years. I don't know, but if not, I will be making another one next year. So anyway, thanks for watching. Sorry about my kind of like sad little story, but hopefully you'll see me every once in a while between now and the new year. And I appreciate you guys watching, and I will talk to you later. Bye.